O-V-E. And children respond to that exactly the same in every country. As a matter of fact, the year of the child, Ooh, boy, everybody is doing things, and in every state in the country, and they're all over, and we have committees, and the Society for the, and the organization, oh boy, the year of the child. See, I feel every year should be the year of the child. I mean, it's no great thing to me. For 25 years, it's been the year of the child. What I am afraid of is that there has been so much emphasis placed on the year of the child that in 1980, suddenly, people will forget about the year of the child. The positive aspect is that people become more aware. They do know that there is an organization like UNICEF. They do know that there is a year of the child, and if somebody had not known before, it will bring it to their attention. And then it depends on the thousands of volunteers who give of themselves and their time and their energies to keep it moving year after year after year. So maybe this year, a lot of people who did not know about UNICEF will become aware of UNICEF, who may become volunteers, who may be moved by the fact that there are so many children in the world in such dire need.
But is this more than a piece of paper? As in the year of the child, this year, Bokassa himself murders 100 children, and they're sending lots of Vietnamese children back into the sea.
Every legal document is a piece of paper.
There you're right, yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're going to live by documents alone, that's fine. I don't think they work. I think intentions work, and attitude works, and caring works. Look at the laws. They have laws in every country, and laws are being broken day after day after day. And it doesn't do any good to make more laws because people are not living up to the ones that we have today. It is attitude. It is caring about something. Now, what's happening with the children in Southeast Asia is horrendous. It's just awful.
Have you ever thought of going into politics? Like, I thought about Jane Fonda, who's using her fame somewhere in politics. And you're working so hard and raise money, and, UNICEF is solving problems. That's true. But maybe you'd better work in politics.
Oh, maybe not. I am not a political animal. See, and I don't mean that in the derogatory sense of the word. I mean in the sense of species, like a lion is different from a tiger, and a tiger is different from a camel. I am not a political animal. I don't relate to politics. I am interested in politics, but I would rather work with an organization like UNICEF on an international basis, which is relatively free of politics. You see, no matter what your plans are, no matter how lofty your principles and ideals are, the first duty of a politician is what? I asked that of a politician, and he said, well, to present the program to the people. I said, you're a little bit ahead of yourself. The first duty of a politician is to be elected. Because if you're not elected, you can have the greatest ideas in the world, and you can't present them. And the second duty of a politician is to be re-elected. That's fine, because we live in a political world, and I admire politicians. I just don't think of myself in the political arena and in the political form. Also in politics, you are of necessity confined to certain parameters. As a private citizen, I'll tell you one great story, okay? I am now made, ambassador at large with UNICEF, and where we travel. And then some years ago, we went to Vienna. And we saw the Minister of Education, the Minister of Justice, and the Minister of Finance, and then the Mayor of Vienna, and the Minister of Assembly, and the Minister of Affairs. The next day, we're going to meet the President of Austria, okay? And we go into a doorway, hall, anteroom, hallway, door, anteroom, hallway. And we finally get into a room that is 5 times this size, okay? And we're standing in the middle of the room, and somebody says, "Mr. Ambassador, the President is coming now." Then, "Mr. Ambassador," I turned around to see who he was talking to, and he meant me. Now, from Utrecht comes a man with short, cropped hair, straight, and he limps all the way across the room in the middle of the room. They say, "Mr. President, this is Mr. Danny Kaye, Ambassador of UNICEF," and he says, "Well, I am delighted that you are able to come here to our city, because we are all very proud of Vienna, and we have many things to show you which I think you will like." And I said, "Well, Mr. President, I've read about Vienna for many years, and I've seen..." And we talk and talk and talk. Now, he limped all the way across, and I'm shifting my weight from one side to another, and finally I say to him, "Mr. President, why don't we sit down?" So he said, "I am supposed to ask you that." I said, "Well, ask me, for heaven's sake." He said, "I take it you would like to make yourself comfortable." I said, "True." He said, "In that case, we better go to my office." We go to his office, and we sit down. He said, "Would you like a cigarette?" I said, "Yes, fine." And he says, "I know now why you were anxious to meet me. You were curious to meet an old man." And I said, "Mr. President, most of that statement is correct. Most of it. I was curious to meet a great man." He said, "Oh, well," I said, "would you like some coffee?" I said, "Yes." So the coffee came. I said, "May I ask you a question now?" He said, "Certainly." I said, "If I hadn't said that I was anxious to meet a great man, would you have offered me coffee?" He said, "I think so." Now, if I had had a diplomatic portfolio and was a member of the State Department, there was no way in the world I could have said to him, "Mr. President, why don't we sit down?" Because protocol. Well, I don't know about protocol. I behave the way I feel and the way I think people feel, and it takes away all of that governmental structure. Well, you have that in politics, too. So I don't relate to that.
Yeah. Did he like your shoes?
Did he like my shoes? Yeah. Yes, he wanted to know where he could get some.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. So I told him if he would let me borrow his foot, I would take it back and have some shoes made.
Yeah, we see. I like them. This morning you had black ones,
yes,
had you?
Sonja, you're a darling woman. You're attractive and intelligent and aware of current events.
But?
And you say, "I like them."
I do like them.
Well, the point is that as adorable as you are, if you didn't like them, it wouldn't make any difference. I would still wear them.
Peculiar about clothes, are you?
I am peculiar about clothes?
Yeah.
Why don't you just stop and just rephrase that sentence and say, "You are peculiar," which I am. No, I'm not peculiar about clothes.
I think your father was a tailor, was he?
Yes, he was a tailor and a designer. He was a very nice man. He influenced my life a great deal. And now, why do you say I'm peculiar about clothes?
Maybe it's not the right word, because I thought about your father being a tailor, and you're always dressed like this.
Okay.
And, yeah.
All right. I'll tell you another story. You see, they have a thing in the United States called the best dressed list, you know, the list of the 10 best dressed men in the United States and the list of the 10 best dressed women. And I used to be a lunatic about clothes, and I was on that list for about 5 or 6 years.
Dressed like this or not?
No. Oh, it was all with the thing, and I used to make the tailor crazy with the little the thing, and then I discovered these shoes, right? And the first time I put on a pair of those shoes, I was taken off the best dressed list. And then my priorities changed in life. And I decided that I was going to wear what made me comfortable and happy, and whatever society thought about it was of no real importance to me. Okay? So I dress this is the way I dress at home. And since I have been in Holland, there has been such affection and such warmth and such a sense of belonging here that I feel like I'm home. So when I feel like that, I dress exactly like I do at home.